So, you know, a lot of people have suggested I do a Pokemon challenge with all baby Pokemon. I worry it'd be too easy. Because, like, if I'm just allowed to use as many baby Pokemon as I want, it's a lot of type coverage. Yeah, their stats are crap, but... I mean, yeah, that. Maybe we'll
play it in Gen 7 so you can actually get an easy Munchlax.
But, like... I'm just thinking, like, type coverage is the thing I care about the most in a challenge, really. And if I can get really good type coverage, I'll win most challenges. And so if I'm allowed to use multiple Pokemon, that's a huge advantage for that, because then I'm not limited to 4 moves. So, I don't know, I'd worry it'd be too easy. I mean, I beat Pokemon Crystal with 1 Sunkern. It has the lowest base stats of any Pokemon in the franchise. So, if I could win with that, then what the fuck is a baby Pokemon in comparison, you know? Like, every baby Pokemon has better stats than Sunkern.
This is true.
So, I don't know how that would be a particularly scary challenge. And Sunkern has horrific type coverage. Sunkern has grass moves. That's it. Until you have TMs. Then it can also get normal moves, which is not super effective against anything. And in fact, in Gen 2, shitloads of things double resist grass. Like, that's a really common thing to double resist. Gen 2 was not kind to grass Pokemon. Much like how Gen 1 is not kind to fire Pokemon, a lot of things are super effective against it. Although, in Gen 1, a lot of people probably didn't realize that there's so much good against fire, just because Charmander's really, really, really strong. And that is also my rebuttal to everyone who says, do it with 1 starter without evolving. That's really easy. The starters are crazy strong. In like every Pokemon game. You don't even need to evolve them. They get really, really strong. They get great move pool because they have to have a great move pool. The stats are better than a lot of things, even if you never evolve them. Like, I'm not worried at all about that. You could probably do... I'm gonna say off the top of my head, you could do any game... Oh, hey, Beldum. That's a pseudo-legendary.
Yeah, you found some earlier in Pinwheel Forest, but you never caught one.
Yeah, I think I'll catch it. Is this just my gimmick now? Yeah. I feel like I'm, like, legally obligated, even though it's probably doing more harm than good at this point, trying to catch all these things, because they level up really slow. But it's fucking funny. I want a team and, like... No, I don't want to get rid of Tanahashi, and I don't want to get rid of Halo.
So think of it this way. There's Dratini, there's Larvitar, there's Beldum, there's Gibble, and there's Dino. That's 5, and then you have Tanahashi. So you have the 5 pseudos that you can get in Gen 5, plus Tanahashi, and you're safe.
What about Talo? I don't want to get rid of Talo. I need a flying type. Like, I need someone with fly, obviously.
Yeah. I don't know. So maybe just don't go for Gibble because you've already used Netball?
Yeah, I already used him in the Platinum Let's Play over on my channel. Everyone, go subscribe.
Yeah, they've already subscribed to you. That's how they got here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll announce this here first because I think it's really fascinating, and I'm excited for it. Hope it goes somewhere. You know Jesse Cox, famous YouTube guy?
Yeah, sorry. Clay's Ace in the Hole has Truant. You were saying?
Jesse Cox, famous YouTube guy. You know him?
Yeah, kinda know him. I haven't seen any of his stuff, though.
I'm a pretty big fan of his. I like his stuff a lot. He emailed me today, because last week or something, he tweeted just saying like he wants to work with some of the YouTube channels that have 50,000 subscribers or more. So I emailed him and just said like, hey, I'm a fan. I've watched these series. Been doing YouTube for this many years. This much success recently. I woke up to an email from him saying like, hell yeah, he wants to work with me.
Ooh.
That's exciting. I'm a big fan of his. I think that'd be really fun because we got personalities that I think would mesh really well. Bedlam killed himself, by the way. He struggled and died.
Doesn't he have Seed Flare?
Yeah, so he runs out pretty fast.
He only has 5 moves before he goes down.
Now he evolves at 20, right?
Yes, I believe.
Okay, because he's level 23, so I should be able to evolve him easy.
Yeah, if you get quick balls and just chuck one right at the beginning of each fight.
That's a good idea. Yeah, so I might be working with Jesse Cox. I don't know. I emailed him again, of course, and just said, like, that's fucking awesome. Like, should I get in contact with you? Like, do we want to get each other on Discord or keep doing email or what? So I'm just waiting to hear back on that. I'm sure he's got lots of emails. So see how that goes. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. Obviously, I hope it does. But, I mean, that's awesome. Hey, maybe if all my people go subscribe to him, we'll finally get him to 1 million. I remember back when he did the year of 1 million subscribers where he's making the big push for it. Like 3 years ago, and I think he's about to reach 1 million now. It's a shame he didn't reach it that year, because I thought his content that year was really good. But, I mean, I hope that we can get him over 1 million, because he deserves it. He's been working hard for a really long time. His channel's really good. And I checked today to see, like, my subscriber growth compared to his. He's gaining about 1,000 a month, and I gain about 50,000 in the last month. So I'm growing 50 times faster than him, and I'm doubling him in view counts per month. So everybody go subscribe to him. There you go.
I blacked out during that. Were you talking about me? Because that seemed to describe me.
Yeah, and that's not me fucking bragging and saying I'm better than him in any way, by the way. I think Jesse's videos are better than mine. I'm just saying some things grow faster than other things sometimes. Everybody knows Let's Play channels have a harder time growing than, like, Pokemon challenges, for instance, so I'm not at all trying to say that they're equivalents and that I'm better or anything. It's two old-school YouTube dudes enjoying each other's content and wanting to make something together, which I love.
Is that a euphemism?
Just two dudes sucking each other's dicks. Nothing wrong with that.
J-O-ing with those J-O crystals.
Exactly.
Just two bros having a time.
Just two bros that can reference the game Contradiction until the day is long. Oh, Talo Evolving, level 22, I got it right.
Oh, nice. I guess I'm just not a Pokemon expert.
I guess you're not a pro PokeTuber like me.
I guess not.
PokeTuber still just makes me think of like a potato Pokemon.
Yeah.
Alright, how badass is my Swellow?
It's pretty swell.
Oh! Okay, Swellow. How are your stats? Right, lowered defense, raised speed. Honey Gatherer. Lame.
Not great.
Yeah, stats
Not
are
bad,
okay though. 45 attack, not bad for level 22. I mean, its stat gain isn't amazing. It's not a spectacular Pokemon, but it's good. It's got good moves. I'm happy with that. I gotta keep remembering to keep my item finder out. Chimchar. Why don't
I like
you
that Pokemon.
Chimchar the fuck out of my way, because I want to Beldum.
Damn.
How about you go fuck yourself, you dumb idiot.
Damn. Should I get String Shot for 10,000 Poké-Dollars?
I'm gonna go soft no on that one, but it's
soft
up to
no.
you. Yeah, maybe you know more than I do on this one, but I'm gonna say that I don't think I'd pay for that.
Probably not, no.
So where are you
All
right now?
I just beat Clay. I went back to Nimbasa City so I can get some more TMs. Mostly just for Rock Blast, because my Golem probably could use a rock move.
More like
oh wow,
Rock
Pin Missile
Blast.
sucks in this game. 14 base damage. It was up to 25 in like Gen 6 or something.
Yeah, Pin Missile's pretty crap either than it can poison, but even then it's not very likely. Yeah, and Giraffe Rig's kicking the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I like Giraffe Rig. That's a cool Pokemon.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Man,
And
even random
it's
trainers here have
Gen
way higher levels than
2
me.
beta sprite.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least Swellow's leveling quick. Kabuto. I like that Pokemon. Avalanche. Octazooka. Ow.
Do I want to do that right now?
Not very
I can teach
effective.
strength to something and then go push some boulders, but I don't really know if I want to keep strength on anything right now.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I keep thinking that ice is good against rock. It's not.
It
'Cause
isn't.
It's not. Yeah, it's just not. I don't know why I keep thinking that.
Maybe because you're a dumb.
Working theory.
But accurate. You can't deny that.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even attempt. All right, Dino.
It's pronounced Dino.
Dino, brava. Fucking attract. God damn it.
I'm sorry. It's pronounced Dino.
You know, I started my Shuckle challenge like 2 hours after I wanted to today, because it took me an embarrassingly long amount of time to think of a nickname to give it. I'm bad at nicknaming Pokemon. I don't know if you can tell, but I very rarely, like, in casual play, I never nickname Pokemon.
I only started doing it recently after... Okay, I think I first started nicknaming Pokemon in Gen 3 or 4. And then after that, I started nicknaming them again in, like, Gen 7. And, yeah, now I've started doing it again for these randomizer playthroughs.
Yeah, I only do it for, like, YouTube and stuff because I think that's fun. Now, in games where I can, like, name characters, I often do it so that I can remember and tell people apart very easily. Like, RimWorld is a great example. Even if I'm just playing by myself casually, like, if they all show up with their random names, I'm not going to remember who is who very well and what their stats are. But if I just name them after, like, all my friends, I can remember them really easily. So that's why in my playthrough of Dwarf Fortress, my tutorial series of Dwarf Fortress, which hasn't started airing yet, even though I started recording it like 2 months ago, every single time we get dwarves, we immediately nickname them after, like, Twitch subscribers and stuff. Because A, that's fun, and B, it helps us remember everybody.
That's handy.
And every time we get monster slayers, which are like non-citizens who hang around and you feed them and everything, but they're basically mercenaries who take out monsters that show up, we name them all after Sonic Underground references.
Good. I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Like, I think one of them is like red and black one that killed President. Another one is, I think we have pink one from Sonic Underground, green one from Sonic Underground, and blue one from Sonic Underground.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
No. You might like that series when it airs. Not because you'd have any interest in Dwarf Fortress. I don't think you'd have any interest in it. But I think as a background noise, the jokes, because first of all, I think you and Truth, your senses of humor match perfectly.
Plus, he's interested in linguistics, so
Yes.
I already have something to relate to him in that regard.
And as soon as I told him about the book, he became obsessed with it as well because it's his sense of humor. He thinks it's funny.
Wasn't he saying in Discord, like, you guys had analyzed the video trying to figure out where the hell it was?
After a recording, we sat down in Parsec for genuinely about an hour and a half, watching little bits of it over and over and realizing everything wrong. We were looking at the reflection, trying to figure out what was photoshopped and what wasn't, noticing every little problem. Then we started trying to figure out, like, we're trying to think, like, how could we figure out where this building is so we could see what it actually looks like? Because we could tell certain things are photoshopped, like some of the windows are fake to cover up where a sign would be, because the reflections were all off. And then there's reflections on the building at the beginning of that video of a full parking lot, even though the parking lot's not full. And at the establishing shot where the cars are coming in, their shadows are completely off. At now there's the one really obviously photoshopped part, which is when they do the close-up on the Camry where he's like, you know, I used to drive or whatever. And it looks like it's not even there at all, right?
Yeah, it's because it isn't.
Yeah, look at the shadow on it, and then look at the shadows on them. They're in the opposite direction. The shadows on the car are in the morning. The shadows on them are in the evening. Like, apparently the sun was
maybe they're in the studio in one shot.
Like, apparently the sun was directly in between them and invisible during that shot. That's the only way the shadows make any sense. Like, there's all kinds of shit that we found in that. It's fucking beautiful, the amount of things we've found. And I was saying to him the whole time, like, we need to get whattageek in for this. Because, like, I know you would find it equally as fascinating.
I'm sure I would.
Yep, and he's also watching wrestling pretty much for the first time. He's watched it once or twice with me, and he's getting interested. So there you go. You know,
Are you
we need to do
implying
one
that
day?
I've been getting interested? What's up?
Well, I did show you that one wrestling show once, and you were mildly interested in some things. I know you like the high-flying shit more than anything else.
Yeah.
The athletics are pretty impressive. We need to play a pro wrestling game together sometime, because I know a shitload of people.
I have rewatched the PTCB stream of you and Guy playing it.
Yep.
And the
Holy
highlight
shit.
video especially.
Now, the game, I don't know if you can tell, but the online built into those games
Is the best.
fucking atrocious. However, if you play with Parsec, completely buttery smooth, flawless. Like, it's actually a really good couch co-op game, or couch multiplayer, and that's why Parsec is so good with it, because it's just couch multiplayer but online. That's one of the games, like, that's how I got into pro wrestling back in the day, was I played SmackDown vs. Raw, the first one, at a friend's house. I'm like, this is awesome, and I, like, really got into it, and I started watching the weekly shows and stuff, and I got into pro wrestling. I know a ton of people that I ask, like, how did you get into pro wrestling, say they got into it through playing the video games, because it's just a really good set of fighting games. And so, like, you don't need to know that, oh, PP up, nice. You don't, oh no, I said the forbidden word. What's wrong with me?
Is someone able to make fan art of a flying golem, please? Because I just got the HM for fly, and my golem was able to learn it,
Yes,
so I taught
did
it
you-
fly.
That's awesome. Did you do it just because it's funny?
Yes.
Okay, in fairness, I would have done the same.
And also because it's probably really good to have on it. I got rid of overheat because that was my way of getting around like grass and bug types, but flying still also does that, so...
Comment section. Would you be interested in watching whattageek try WWE 2K19 for his first time? There you go. There's a fun
I'm a
collaborative thing.
WWE 2K whatever virgin, basically.
Yeah, you haven't played any of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
You played any
Oh
wrestling
shit,
games
a
before?
levitating Nidorino. Sorry, you were saying?
You ever played yeah, have you played any what's it called before? Any wrestling
No,
game?
but I have done an edit of the wrestling game on NES that you and Shally did.
The WCW one. That's called WCW Wrestling.
Yeah,
which
World
means-
Championship Wrestling.
Yes. Actually, you have a Switch, right? So you have the NES collection. There's a game on that called Pro Wrestling, which was kind of the precursor to WCW Wrestling. Really solid game if you ever want to play that one. It's kind of just a classic, fun little, kind of a button mashy multiplayer game.
All right.
It doesn't really have much to do with pro wrestling. You don't need to know anything about wrestling, but it's just a fun little multiplayer game. It's worth checking out if you haven't played it. I wouldn't really say it's worth playing solo. The AI, not really anything special. It's just a fun pick up and play kind of thing. But yeah, we gotta play some 2K19 together sometime. I can make you in it. I need to make everybody. It's just, it takes me a couple hours to like make someone fully, because I like to, I go all out on that shit.
You do, yeah.
I have also made you already, I believe, in Fire Pro Wrestling World.
With the
That
Kiss
one-
mask or without the Kiss mask?
I don't remember. I'll have to double check. Now, you might like that one more just because I think it might be a game style you're more into. So, the Fire Pro games are sprite-based, like 2.5D, where like it's all sprites, but you can move farther and closer to the camera. And it's timing-based. There's a lot of strategy, but it's like still, it's a more, I don't know, it's got the strategy of a fighting game, where it's about reflex and it's about knowing what you're doing and understanding your character to some degree and your strengths and weaknesses, and it's very interesting in that way. It's a very different style of a wrestling game, and it's a Japanese wrestling game, so it's modeled more after Japanese wrestling, which is a very different style. I don't know, I get a vibe like you might enjoy that more just because it's a little bit less, it's funny because it's less simulatory and yet it's in many ways the best simulator of a wrestling match ever. It's hard to describe. It's very good though.
Okay.
God, I really want to catch this Beldum.
Fuck it, Fortress. Take that. Hydro Cannon me, I'm gonna Hydro Cannon you. There we go. That took care of it.
Come on, don't kill him. Well, that didn't even come close. I'm just so worried about him fucking killing himself with Struggle again. I don't want to outrage. I forget, if I outrage, do I just keep doing it?
You're stuck until you get confused.
So I couldn't use an item then.
No.
I'll Sucker Punch and hope it doesn't die, but it might because super effective. Oh, okay, no, not super effective, but it did die. Fuck.
It became super effective in Gen 6, I believe.
Really? What type changed there for that?
Steel. Steel no longer resists either Ghost or Dark.
Huh. In fairness, I don't know why it did in the first place. Man, I hate having to grind. It's fun when I can keep the progress going, you know? I mean, not like I'm hardcore grinding. I'm just kind of, you know, fighting some trainers and... just a shame. Oh, right, there's an item. Wait, that's probably not a real item. It's probably the
fungus
mushroom Pokemon.
But it's gonna be randomized, so it might be something different.
Yeah. I should see if that's something good. I fucking hate anytime I have to grind in a route that has weather, because it really elongates the fight.
It does.
Part of me wants to shut off the animations, but, you know, people like the animations. I have to consider turning off the animations in the Shuckle playthrough. Like,
it's so slow.
My failed attempt at Brock that I did at level 16, where I got Onyx down to almost no health. Like, I was really close until, like, he hit, like, a couple crits and I missed a couple wraps. When that happened, I was 7 minutes into the fight. 7 minutes.
Sheesh.
It's so long. Oh, it actually is a fungus.
Oh.
What are the chances of that?
I don't know. Maybe it's not randomized?
Maybe. Ooh, I have the slightest amount of a headache. I'm just kind of slowly fighting. Because, so I've started using pre-workout for the first time. Which is, it's like a powder mix. You mix it in with water, and it's kind of like an energy drink, but less horrible for you. You take it like 20 to 30 minutes before a workout, and you can, you know, basically work out extra hard. It's like a supplement. And I started using that for the first time a few days ago. Gets me really wired because I'm not used to energy drink type stuff. And holy shit, is it ever murderous. Like, my head is buzzing a little from it, but I do work out way harder. Like, I did 2 days worth of workouts today that are workouts that I already did this week.
I feel like there's a delicious irony. Sorry for interrupting. I feel like there's a delicious irony, no pun intended, in the fact that this Vanillish knows Lick.
That's wonderful.